Ladley in Marietta, Georgia, Democrat. Good morning.
Yes, I did not know that you knew Candace Owens. Because she's pretty much been outcasted by the right because of her stances on Israel. But anyway, you will have a good job at Fox News at some point. I guarantee you that. And the things you point out on the Democrats for their failures, you're absolutely right on some of the things. The Democrats fall short, but at least we try. The Republican policies are just the complete opposite. Okay, last thing I want to say, they're never going to let you in the club. Okay, and you like the movie Django, you are the character of Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know the exact terminology, but not Uncle Tom, but Uncle Tommy, or you are a complete sellout.
All right, and we'll.
That's insane that somebody would literally call you a sellout and they don't even sound like they black. That's number one. Number two, I don't really think people understand the difference between who Uncle Tom was. That's number two. So this is how you know that people are ignorant. And it doesn't matter what your identity is. Ignorance is ignorance across the board. They don't know no better. And then number three, when you say Candace Owens is outcast by the right, no. Candace Owens had a disagreement with Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire. If you look at Candace Owens' numbers today versus when she was at the Daily Wire, they're much better. And so she's much better to be able to espouse her thoughts and to give her thoughts to the general public, and the people still rock with her and the people love her. Y'all think that the right is based off of the elites, or y'all think that the left, and that's what I have a problem. And I want to get to her answer. Y'all think that the right and the left is based off of the elite or the people that have the biggest voices, and it's not. It's the people. The people are determining who it is that's successful, who has the voice, who can say what they want to say. And then if you resonate with the people, you don't worry about what everybody else is talking about. But it's wild that this man called her Uncle Tom. I want to hear what her thoughts are.
We'll go to Robert in.
Oh, I can't respond to that?
Oh, yes, you can.
Thank you very much. Because first of all, it sounded like that was a non-black person telling me that. So as a Democrat, that sounds pretty racial and pretty divisive. Next, it's very interesting that I, again, would be called names or be compared to fictional characters because of who I choose to support. Again, these people who are calling and making these derogatory statements about me, who I choose to support, are denying the fact that, again, who are you to tell me that my personal experience is invalid? I think that that's something that a lot of Democrats need to look within, because how have you tried? Kamala Harris is in office right now and has not tried to do anything about the border, has not tried to not tax people on tips, and has not tried to do anything about our failing education system. So everything that she's promising she can do for you on day one, she could do right now, but she's not trying to. So that's something to, for some Dems to take home.
I love this girl, and I think that she's a star as usual. I think that she has it and she catches it right on. And most of us, and when I say most of us, most black people, because, for the most part, we're not as intelligent as Michaelah. Michaelah is, I'm really a fan, honestly. And I love to get her on the show, so I'm going to work on that. But outside of that, I will say that most of us that choose to think for ourselves or to even question why we used to vote the way that we vote as far as being Democratic, and I'll tell you, it's a lot of us that is just not openly admitting it because we know that it comes with a lot of scrutiny. You know what I'm saying? So we may believe certain things. It kind of reminds me of a lot of these quiet Christians. I wish they would speak up. We may believe certain things, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to espouse it, because we know what comes along with that. We know the type of energy that brings. But with that being said, let me say this. We're used to it at this point. And once you realize, I think for most of us, when you first start catching it and you first start getting people that call you out of your name and they want to call you whatever, Django or Steven from Django and stuff, at first, for those of y'all that are new to this game, at first it's going to probably sting you. It'll bother you. It'll get under your skin. You'll feel some type of way. But then when you realize, oh, wait a minute, I'm still rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in a great space. My family still loves me. My daughter still loves me. Nothing's changed except for your opinion. And now I've realized that you are the ops, and so I need to separate myself with you. Once you get to that point in your life, it's smooth sailing from then. And then you'll start to realize that you are the lightning rod that then invite other people to join you on your crusade of being a free thinker. And again, I think that the misconception is that a lot of us are saying that you have to vote Republican. No, we're just stating passionately our thoughts. And Michaelah is right. Kamala Harris could have did a lot of this stuff over the last 3.5 years, and she didn't. Now she wants to steal policy and talk about no taxes on tips. Is that the best that you can do, even though Trump has been having that conversation and saying that for a long time? Now you want to show up in Vegas at a rally and you won't even take any hard questions? Now you want to start talking about how we going to stop the flow of migrants into the border? Stop it, bro. It's already here. We've already seen who you are. We've seen the play. We see the playbook. And so for those of us that are free thinkers, we not even taking into consideration some of the stuff that they've been saying to us. It's a moot point. We over it. We done. You've had your opportunity in our entire lifetimes. As a 42-year-old man, our entire lifetimes is filled with lies, identity politics, and y'all running our cities and this country into the ground, and it's worse off ever before. And when you start to really have a disagreement within yourself as to whether or not this makes sense or not, all you got to do is compare the two. Go back to 2017, 18, 19, now go into 2021, 22, 23, and then do a compare and contrast and figure out whether or not it makes sense for you to actually rock out with like this. If that doesn't make sense, then you should vote accordingly and don't let nobody else shame you into it. And I find it insulting and divisive that people feel comfortable and, calling you out of your name and throwing ad hominem attacks the same way that they did when we had the conversation relationships, and we still having those. But I find it insulting when they call you out of your name and they try to get you out of your element. And that's the thing. We got to stay on our pivot. We got to stay 10 toes down. When they call you out of your name and they say that you this or you that, and they find the most derogatory term that they can say to you, it really shows more of who they are than who you are. And so we got to maintain and stay on our square. We can't start to get off the beaten path. And we're going to continue to beat y'all over the head with all of these facts and this real talk on what you need to align yourself with and who you need to divest yourself with. The fact of the matter is we have large sample sizes of both people that are running for president of the United States of America. We don't have to fall into the diversity, equity, and inclusion conversation. We don't have to vote based off of identity politics. And if you go back historically, they voted for our right to be able to make the decision for ourselves, not to only vote one way. I never known for any movement to say that you can only do it this way and you can't do it that way, or you can't take that into consideration, that you need to be a free thinker and you need to make sure that you pivot according to what makes the most sense for you in particular. It's silly. It's silly. And I can't believe that y'all keep getting finessed over this. People that get finessed and getting bullied, y'all just getting bullied. That's all y'all getting. You getting bullied. You getting told what to think instead of taught how to think. And that's unfortunate. That's the real travesty in this whole situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all love Michaelah. I absolutely think that she's dope. I think that she's a star. Her ability to articulate herself and communicate clearly and concise what her thoughts are, and the battle on the go on C-SPAN with all of these people that's telling her that she shouldn't be there is admirable. I love you. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And Teach Hanley 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. All right, we doing after hours tonight. We going to get it popping. I love you. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later.